बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम।
शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो रहमान और रहीम है।
इक़रा बिस्मि रब्बिकल्लज़ी खलक़।
पढ़ो ए नबी अपने रब के नाम के साथ जिसने पैदा किया।
खलक़ल इंसान मिन अलक़।
जमे हुए खून के एक लोथड़े से इंसान की तख्लीक की।
इक़रा व रब्बुकल अकरम।
पढ़ो और तुम्हारा रब बड़ा करीम है।
अल्लज़ी अल्लम बिल क़लम।
जिसने कलम के जरिए से इल्म सिखाया।
अल्लमल इंसान मा लम यअलम।
इंसान को वो इल्म दिया जिसे वो न जानता था।
Assalamu alaikum. Today we are starting with the name of Allah who is the most beneficent and ever merciful. This is class 8, period is mathematics. Academic week number is 3 and video number is 2. Today we are discussing our next chapter, that is chapter number 6 from our book, page number 143. In last video class students, we have discussed the chapter number 4 in detail, namely indices and standard form, in which we have learned how do we apply the different laws of indices and how do we work for the standard form in the 3 different exercises. Now today we are starting our second chapter of first semester final term content, that is namely coordinate geometry. So what do we mean by coordinate geometry? Coordinate geometry is basically the study of geometry Coordinate geometry is the study of geometry using coordinate system. In coordinate system, the position of points on the plane is described by using an ordered pair of numbers. So this is all about your chapter name. This is coordinate geometry. What is basically a coordinate geometry? Coordinate geometry is the study of geometry. What is geometry? Geometry is the part of mathematics in which we mainly discuss or we mainly study about the different shapes, the line segments, the angles and so on. So in this part of geometry, the coordinate geometry, we have to study the geometry using the coordinate system. A new system is introduced over here, that is coordinate system. What is a coordinate system or how do we use the coordinate system? In coordinate system, the position of the points, it means in this system of geometry or in this system of coordinates, we will have different points on the plane. What is a plane? A plane is a rectangular plane. For example, this is a plane. And the position of these particular points on the plane is described by using an ordered pair of numbers. So what is an ordered pair of numbers? Firstly, we will discuss this plane. This is a rectangular plane. There are the 3 different names for this particular plane. This is known as plane. Number 2, Cartesian plane. Number 3, a rectangular plane. So this rectangular plane, a flat surface, a rectangular flat surface is known as your Cartesian plane. And on this plane, this plane is consists of 2 different lines, the 2 different number lines, 1 and the 2. These 2 number lines are intersecting at a point that is known as origin and it is represented by O. So this is your origin point, this is your first number line, this is your second number line, and both the number lines are intersecting at the origin. This horizontal line or the number line is known as your x-axis and this vertical line is known as your y-axis. This is basically the structure of your graph paper also. Whenever we have to draw any particular graph, so we firstly divide our graph paper into the 4 different sections by drawing a horizontal, then a vertical line. At the intersection of these 2 different lines, an origin point occurs, and this origin point is the beginning point for the scale of this particular graph paper. So, well, for this plane we are having the 2 different number lines. The number lines is the line which consists of the integers including your 0. So, here we write the positive values of x, and on the left hand side the x is your negative. At the top upward position, the value of y, or the values that we have on this particular number line, these are positive values. And downward position, if we are talking about the downward position, so the values of this number line will be negative. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5 and so on. As you can see that on all the 4 different directions, the right side, the left side, the upward side and the downward side, we have started the numbering or mentioning the scale from this particular center. So this is also known as the center of the paper or the plane. Now we are discussing what is an ordered pair. Whenever we are having a point on a plane, for example, here I am having a point and the name of this point is A. This is a point and its name is A. So this point A on this plane surely having the 2 different values, the value of x and the value of y. If we draw a line from A towards y, so it is meeting 5, the 5 number. And if I drop down a line from this number to the downward position to meet my x, this is meeting to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. This is meeting at the center of 4 and 5. So this is 4.5. So this point A is meeting to 4.5 on your x-axis, and this point A is simultaneously meeting at 5 on your y-axis. So firstly we have written the value of x as 4.5. Then this 5 is the value of your y. So this is the value of x, this is the value of y. So how do we write an ordered pair? For writing an ordered pair, we have to write down the value of x first, then we will mention the value of y, and they will be separated by a comma, and they will be enclosed finally in a round brackets. This is round bracket, this is a separator known as comma, this is the value of x and this is the value of y variable. Now next, for the next ordered pair, or what is why this pair of numbers, this is a pair of numbers, means pair means 2, a couple of 2 or a pair of 2. So there are the 2 different numbers and these are ordered. Why are these ordered? Because in English alphabetical order, x always comes first from your y. So this is the value of y, this is the value of x. आप हमेशा पहले x की value लिखेंगे, then you will write the value of y. This is the correct method or the correct way to write down any ordered pair that is having the 2 different values for your x and your y. This is one point on your plane. So this is known as ordered pair of 4.5 and 5. The value of x, this is your x and this is your y. So generally this is mentioned as x comma y. This is the general form and this is your mathematical form. So in coordinate system, the position of points on the plane, पॉइंट्स की जो पोजीशन है किसी भी पर्टिकुलर फ्लैट सरफेस पर वो डिस्क्राइब की जाएगी बाय यूजिंग एन ऑर्डर्ड पेयर, और उस पॉइंट की पोजीशन को मेंशन करने के लिए हम ऑर्डर्ड पेयर का इस्तेमाल करेंगे. ये ऑर्डर्ड पेयर हमें बताएगा कि हमारा पॉइंट है एक्स एक्सिस पर ओरिजिन से कितना दूर है, सिमिलरली वाई एक्सिस पर भी ये ओरिजिन से कितना दूर या उससे कितने नजदीक है. तो इस पॉइंट ए की पोजीशन हमें इन दोनों वैल्यूज से 1 by 1 फॉर द एक्स एक्सिस, नेक्स्ट फॉर द वाई एक्सिस पता चल जाएगी. So this is all about your coordinate geometry. It simply means that whenever you will be discussing this chapter, जब तक हम coordinate geometry पढ़ते रहेंगे हमें points पढ़ने होंगे. Points का मतलब हमें पढ़ने होंगे ordered pairs of numbers. So सबसे पहले जो टॉपिक आज हम पढ़ने लगे हैं coordinate geometry में, वो है हमारे पास gradient of a line. GRADIENT, gradient of a line. So what is a gradient? A gradient is a ratio of vertical change to horizontal change. A gradient is a ratio of vertical change to horizontal change. So we are discussing the gradient of a line, the gradient of a line. So we are discussing the line or the ratio of the line for the vertical change and for the horizontal change. Again I am drawing a plane. This is a rectangular plane, and on this rectangular plane there is a horizontal line and there is a vertical line. This is again your origin point. Now what do we mean by the gradient or the slope? The gradient means the change of a line from its vertical to horizontal position. For example, this is a line. This is a line and the first point of this line is A and the second point on this line is B. So A, B, this is a horizontal line. Now if I start moving this line from the upward position at point A and to the downward position from point B. So this will become, for example, just like this. On your axis it will become like this, and this is the actual position of your line AB after rotating. This is your point A on y axis and this is our point B on x axis. And this is our origin. Now this line is showing our gradient. Basically gradient हम किसे कहते हैं? The other name or the simple common term for the word gradient is slope. S-L-O-P-E, slope. Another name is slope. Slope हम कहते हैं किसी भी चीज की ढलान को. For example, if I am using this particular ruler, so this is a horizontal position. और अगर आप इसे इस तरह टर्न कर देंगे, it will become gradient or it will become slope position. So this is the slope position of this particular scale. तो किसी भी चीज की ढलान को हम क्या कहते हैं? Slope कहते हैं. For example, we see the different hills, different पहाड़ हम देखते हैं, मुख्तलिफ चीजें हम देखते हैं जिनके अंदर क्या होती है? ढलान होती है, स्टीपनेस होती है. इस स्टीपनेस को, इस ढलान को हम स्लोप कहते हैं और क्या कहते हैं? ग्रेडियंट कहते हैं. ठीक है, अभी हम ये सीख रहे हैं ग्रेडियंट ऑफ अ लाइन में दैट हाउ डू वी कैलकुलेट द ग्रेडियंट ऑफ एनी पर्टिकुलर लाइन. अगर आपकी लाइन इस तरह स्लोप में है या किसी भी पोजीशन में है तो आप उसकी ढलान को, उसकी स्लोप को, उसके ग्रेडियंट को किस तरह से मेजर करेंगे. इसको मेजर करने के लिए हमें ऑब्जर्व करना होता है इसके वर्टिकल चेंज और हॉरिजॉन्टल चेंज को. हाउ डू वी ऑब्जर्व द वर्टिकल चेंज एंड हॉरिजॉन्टल चेंज? in the form of ratio. Vertical change, as we are seeing, if the line is moving upward and from point B it is coming downward, so there is definitely a difference to the horizontal line and to the vertical line. Vertical line means y axis पर भी आपकी लाइन की जो वैल्यूज है इसमें चेंजिंग आ गई ऊपर जाने से, और x एक्सिस में भी नीचे जाने से इसकी वैल्यूज में क्या आ जाएंगी? चेंजेस आ जाएंगी. तो यही चेंज, जब वर्टिकल चेंज आपका जो इस साइड पर होगा अकर, और आपको हॉरिजॉन्टल चेंज जो इस साइड पर मौजूद होगा, whenever you are going to compare these two different changes, whenever you are going to compare these two different changes, it will give your answer of gradient. Comparison किस तरह से किया जाएगा? horizontal change और vertical change का vertical change ratio horizontal change. Because what is a ratio? We have studied in first semester midterm. What is a ratio? A ratio is the comparison of two similar quantities. So vertical change is going to be compared with your horizontal change. So it will become a ratio V vertical change to the horizontal change. Now this line AB is obviously having the two different points, point A and point B. So on this point A, the ordered pair or the points are 0, for example this is 5 and this is 0, 3. ये आपका फर्स्ट पॉइंट है. द वैल्यूज ऑफ द फर्स्ट पॉइंट और द ऑर्डर पेयर फॉर द फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज 0 and 5. व्हाई आई हैव मेंशन 0 ओवर हियर? बिकॉज ऑन ऑल ओवर द y एक्सिस, इस पूरी लाइन y एक्सिस पर हर पॉइंट पर, फॉर एग्जांपल दीज आर द डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स. एट एवरी पॉइंट ऑन दिस लाइन ऑफ y एक्सिस द वैल्यू ऑफ x इज 0. द वैल्यू ऑफ x इज 0. So on this line also the value of x is 0 as I have told you, in ordered pair, firstly we have to mention the value of x. So this 0 is your value of x, and this 5 is your value of y that we have written according to the line intersecting your y-axis at this particular point. So this is your 5 and this is your 0. For the second ordered pair or the point B, we have written the 0 as well, then we have mentioned the 3 on all over this particular x-axis. On the line of x-axis, the value of y is always equals to 0. आप इस एक्सिस को जब इस पॉइंट पर या इस पॉइंट पर या इस पॉइंट पर मूव करेंगे, so you are shifting this particular line for your x-axis, not for your y-axis. तो y-axis आपका ओरिजिन पर क्या होता है 0, तो यहाँ पर मूव होगा जब वो x की 3 वैल्यू पर आएगा, वो तब भी क्या रहेगा 0 रहेगा. तो यहाँ पर सबसे पहले आपका x हम लिखेंगे 3 और y हम क्या लिख देंगे 0. So this is your value of 3, sorry x, that is 3 over here, and this is the value of y, that is 0. ओरिजिन पॉइंट पर x और y हमेशा क्या रहते हैं 0 रहते हैं. ये बात हमें याद रखनी है. ये छोटे छोटे जो की पॉइंट्स होते हैं ये याद रखना बहुत जरूरी होते हैं whenever we are solving the different questions or the problems from the different exercises. Now for this topic gradient of a line, we have understood how do we compare or how do we make ratio for the vertical change to the horizontal change for any particular line. The second name of the gradient is slope. Now I am writing the formula of gradient. Gradient is equals to vertical change divided by horizontal change. Gradient is represented by m. Gradient or slope is represented by m. This small m is representing your gradient or your slope. And now for writing down this change, for example, consider this line again. This is your point 1 A, this is your point 2 B. The values was 0 and 5, and here the values were 0 and 3 and 0. Okay, so for the first point, this is your first point. Now you will write this one as x1 comma y1. As I have told you, ऑर्डर्ड पेयर की जो आपकी फॉर्म होती है, जनरल फॉर्म होती है x कॉमा y विद इन अ ब्रैकेट. तो क्योंकि ये पहला ऑर्डर्ड पेयर है तो आप इसे x1 और y1 मेंशन करेंगे. फॉर दिस सेकंड ऑर्डर्ड पेयर यू विल मेंशन x2 एंड y2. दिस इज योर फर्स्ट वन, दिस इज योर सेकंड वन. सो x y2 for the vertical change. Vertical change means the change on the y-axis. So we will take the values of y. y2 minus y1 will be divided by horizontal change. Horizontal change means the change on the x-axis. Now we are taking the values of x. This is x2 minus x. This is the formula for your gradient or slope. Whenever we have to find out the slope, we will use this formula. M is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is your vertical change and this is your horizontal change. And by using this formula, we will calculate the slope of a line. यानी कोई भी लाइन कितनी ज़्यादा स्टीप हो सकती है या उसकी स्टीपनेस क्या है, उसकी ढलान कितनी है, ये हमें इस फॉर्मूले को यूज करके पता चल जाएगा. सो नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, वी आर स्टार्टिंग आवर एक्सरसाइज. फर्स्ट एक्सरसाइज फ्रॉम दिस चैप्टर, अ वेरी सिंपल एक्सरसाइज. दिस इज एक्सरसाइज 6A फ्रॉम पेज नंबर 148. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, पार्ट A. फाइंड द ग्रेडियंट of the line passing through each of the following pairs of points. Gradient हमें find out करना है for any particular line that is passing through the different pairs of points. दो हमें pairs दिए गए हैं points के. For part A we are having A 0, 0 and B -2 and 1. This is exercise 6A. Firstly, we will mention the data. Given जो कुछ हमें क्वेश्चन में बताया जा रहा है, जो कुछ हमसे पूछा जा रहा है, उसे हम रेंडमली एक लिस्ट फॉर्म में लिख लेते हैं. वो लिस्ट फॉर्म हमारा डेटा कहलाती है. सबसे पहले हमें दो पॉइंट्स गिवन है, पॉइंट A, पॉइंट B, 0 and 0. -2 and 1. This is your x1 comma y1 first point, first ordered pair. Second ordered pair is x2 comma y2. फाइंड हमें क्या करना है? फाइंड हमें करना है m. m मीन्स स्लोप. सॉल्यूशन, as we know that m is equals to y2 minus y1 means the vertical change divided by x2 minus x1 means the horizontal change. y2, the value of y2, this is your second ordered pair, so the value of y2 is 1 minus y1, y1 is 0 divided by x2, x2 is minus 2 and x1 is 0, so minus 0. Now 1 minus 0 is equals to 1, minus 2 minus 0 is equals to minus 2. जब भी आप इस जीरो को किसी भी नंबर में ऐड करते हैं या सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं तो नंबर आपका क्या रहेगा? सेम. एंड इफ वी आर मल्टीप्लाइंग और डिवाइडिंग एनी पर्टिकुलर नंबर बाय जीरो, सो इट विल बिकम 0. So here we are subtracting the 0 from -2, so -2 will remain same and your slope m will be equal to 1/2. जैसा कि मैंने आपको फिजिकल क्लासेस में भी ये बात बताई थी कि जब भी आपके पास होती है एक फ्रैक्शन, whenever we are having a fraction, there are the two different terms for the fraction, the numerator and the denominator. As these the two different terms are different, so their signs are also different. The numerator is positive and the denominator is negative. So you have to multiply these two different signs to make a particular sign for this whole fraction. So plus minus minus. So minus sign will be here in the center of your fraction and this is the answer of your slope. Slope m is equals to minus 1/2. This is your answer. Now we are starting question number 2 from the same page, page number 148. In question number 2 we are having a graph type figure and in this particular graph type figure we are having the 4 different lines and we have to find out the gradients of each line. Number 2, the points A 01, B 71, C 60, D 05 and E 64. How many points are given? A, B, C, D, E. 5 points are given, are shown in the diagram. This is your diagram. Find the gradient of each of the line segments AB, AE, DC and DE. So we are solving AB and DE on the board and similarly you will solve AE and DC yourself. So for question number 2, part A. Part A means line AB. I am mentioning question number 2. In question number 2, we have to calculate the slope or the gradient for the 4 different lines. So first of all, we will mention the head for the line we are working for. So firstly, I am working for my first line, that is AB. So I have mentioned the head for AB. अब जो भी डेटा, जो भी सॉल्यूशन हम यहाँ करेंगे वो सब किसके लिए होगा? सिर्फ और सिर्फ AB के लिए. So firstly, mention your data. The given points, point A. लाइन आपकी AB है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस इज योर लाइन AB. अगर लाइन आपकी AB है तो पॉइंट्स ही आपके क्या होंगे? A और B होंगे. तो पॉइंट A, पॉइंट B. ओनली 2 पॉइंट्स वी हैव टू कंसीडर फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइन. पॉइंट A एंड पॉइंट B. पॉइंट A इज 0 and 1, B is 7 and 1. 0, 1, 7, 1. x1, y1 is equals to x2, y. This is your first point A. Second point is B. So this is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Find हमें करना है m means the slope. M is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this will become y2 1 minus 1 divided by x2 7 minus 0. So 1 minus 1 0, 7 minus 0 7. 7 में या किसी भी नंबर में आप ऐड या सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं 0 को, ये बात आपको यहाँ पर भी बताई गई थी, तो आपका नंबर सेम रहेगा. But whenever you multiply or divide any number by 0, so it also becomes 0. So here the slope is 0. Slope 0 क्यों है? क्योंकि 0 और 7 आपस में डिवाइड हो रहे हैं. जैसे 7 0 से डिवाइड होगा ये 7 को भी आपका 0 क्या कर देगा? 0 बना देगा. So this is the final answer for your slope. that is m is equals to 0. And we have solved this question number 2 for the first line only for AB. Now we are solving the fourth line, that is DE, and the AE and DC you will solve these two lines. For line DC we are working for डेटा. अब लाइन DC का आप निकाल रहे हैं स्लोप, सो पॉइंट D एंड C, these two points will be considered only, and we have to find out the slope m. The point D is 0, 5 and C, DC, DE है, DE, this is not DC, this is DE, so the point is also E. So D is 0 and 5 and 6 and 4, 0, 5, 6 and 4. So your D is your x1 and y1 and E is representing your x2 and y2. Solution: slope m is equals to y2 minus y1, the vertical change, divided by x2 minus x1, the horizontal change. The value of y2 is 4 and the value of y1 is 5. So this is 4 minus 5 and divided by x2 is 6 and x1 is 0. So 4 minus 5 is 1, plus minus minus, the operation that we have to apply is your subtraction function. 5 minus 4 is 1 and the sign we will mention the sign of the greater number. So for 4 and 5, the 5 is the greater number and it is having the minus sign. So this is minus 1 divided by 6 minus 0. So whenever we subtract 0 from any number, it remains same. This is minus 1 divided by 6. So m is equals to minus 1 over 6. Minus sign जो कि आपका सिर्फ न्यूमिनेटर का था, आफ्टर मल्टीप्लीकेशन विद द साइन ऑफ डिनोमिनेटर मीन्स प्लस 6, इट विल बिकम प्लस माइनस minus 1 over 6. This minus sign is now for your overall fraction. This is your question number 2 for line AB and DE, the first and the fourth line. Second and third you will solve yourself. And now we are starting our question number 6. Come to the next page. On page number 149 there is question number 6. The points P, Q and R have coordinates 6, minus 11, K, minus 9 and 2K, minus 3 respectively. Respectively means bil tartib, according to the serial. P, the first point 6 minus 11 is for P, second point K minus 9 is for Q and the third point 2K minus 3 is for your R. If the gradient of PQ is equal to the gradient of PR, find the value of K. अगर आपकी लाइन PQ का ग्रेडियंट लाइन PR के बराबर है तो फिर आप K वेरिएबल की जो वैल्यू है वो फाइंड करें. K वेरिएबल कहाँ गिवन है? पॉइंट्स की फॉर्म में गिवन है. पॉइंट्स हम कहाँ यूज करते हैं? ग्रेडियंट में यूज करते हैं. ग्रेडियंट PR और QR यानी PQ एंड PR दो डिफरेंट लाइन का ग्रेडियंट इक्वल है. ये एक बहुत अच्छी हिंट है इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करने के लिए. एक बहुत आसान सवाल. दिस इज कंपैरेटिवली क्वाइट लॉन्गर but an easy part. स्लोप का फॉर्मूला अब तक हम वन टाइम यूज कर रहे थे. नाउ फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन नंबर 6 वी विल अप्लाई द सेम फॉर्मूला फॉर द टू टाइम्स एज द ग्रेडियंट ऑफ PR is equal to the gradient of PQ. So on the left hand side and on the right hand side we will use the formula of gradient for the two times. Firstly we will mention the data. The three different points are given as P, Q and R. P is 6 minus 11, Q is K, minus 9 and your R is 2K minus 3. This is your first ordered pair, so that will be mentioned as x1, y1. This is your x2, y2. This is x3, y3. The gradient of PQ, gradient means slope. The gradient of first line, that is PQ, is equals to the gradient of PR. These are the given and we have to find out the value of K. solution. Firstly, we will write our hint. What is hint? The hint is about your gradient. Gradient is equals to gradient. First one gradient is for your PQ of PQ, and this gradient is of PR. The gradient of PQ. This line is PQ. The points that are being used for drawing this line are P and Q. So you will consider the P and the Q only. The vertical change is y2 minus y1 divided by horizontal change x2 minus x1. P and Q. Now for PR, vertical change is P and R. So this is y3 minus y1. y3 minus y1 means minus 3 minus 11. And for the horizontal change, P and R. P and R. R is x3 2k, and for x1 value is 6. So x3 is 2k minus 6. This is your x1. Yes, y2 and y1. Firstly, we have to mention the values for the formula. This is y3 minus y1 and this is x3 minus x1. Now we have to put the values from these ordered pairs. y2, your y2 is 9 minus y1. This is minus 11. Minus 9 and minus 11 are getting subtracted. Now x2 minus x1. x2k minus 6. x2k minus 6 x1. Now y3 is minus 3 minus y1. y1 is minus 11 divided by x3 2k minus x1. This is your 6. Minus sign will be same, minus minus plus. This is plus 11 divided by k minus 6 minus 3 minus minus plus 11 divided by 2k minus 6. Now 11 minus 9, this is 2. 11 minus 3, this is 8. K minus 6, 2k minus 6 are same. Now whenever we are having the two different fractions on the two different hands of an equation, then we apply the cross multiplication. Nine minus 11 is 2 and 11 minus 3 is 8. So 2 is getting multiplied by 2k minus 6. And this 8 is getting multiplied by k minus 6. 8 into k, this is 8k, plus minus minus 8 into 6, this is 48. 2 into 2, this is 4k, minus 2 into 6, 12. Plus minus minus 2 multiplied by 6, it will become minus 12. Now 8k, 4k will be shifted on the right hand side for finding out the value of k. So it will become negative on the right hand side, because on the left hand side this is having no sign. So this is representing a positive term. 8k minus 4k minus 48 is same, and similarly minus 12 will become plus 12 by shifting on the right hand side. And on the left hand side 0 is left. So this 0 is still equals to 8k minus 4k is equals to 4k minus 36. Minus plus minus 48 minus 12 is equals to 36. We will mention the sign of the greater number. Greater number is 48. So the sign of the 48 is minus. Now we will invert our fraction. Fraction जब भी invert की जाएगी, so you have to remember whenever we are going to invert the fraction. Fraction जब भी shift होगी, पूरा left hand side पूरा right hand side आपस में shuffle कर दिया जाएगा, तो इनके signs कभी भी change नहीं होंगे. 4k minus 36 is now equals to 0. Now 36 will be added to 0, and so it will become positive 36 with the 4k on left hand side, and now k will become 36 divided by 4. 4 was getting multiplied on the left hand side, so as I shifted this number on the right hand side, so it will become in your division position with this 36. Now we are cancelling these two numbers because 36 is the multiple of 4. 36 और 4 एक ही टेबल में आते हैं, so this is 4 1s are 4 and 4 9s are 36. So the value of variable k is 9. So as you can see, this is a quite simple question. इसमें कोई नई बात, कोई स्पेशल बात नहीं थी, ठीक है. अब हम पढ़ेंगे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 फ्रॉम दिस सिमिलर एक्सरसाइज, पेज नंबर 49. Question number 8, the line joining the points A, 2t and B, 7, 2t square plus 7 has a gradient of 2. Find the possible values of t. Again we are having the two different points, point A with the two different values, point B again with the two different values, and the answer of the gradient is 2, and we have to find out the values of t. Question number 8 we are solving. Again we will mention the data first. 2 points are given, A and B. Slope is also given as m, that is 2, and we have to find out the t. A simple question. Yes, so the values of A are 2 and t. 2 t 7, next values are 2t square plus 7, 7, 2t square plus 7 plus 1, 2t square plus 7 and 7. These are the points. This is our x1, y1, A. This is our x2, y2. Solution. As we know that m is equals to vertical change, means y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Now your y2 is 7 and y1 is t. Not 7, y2 is 2t square plus 7 minus t divided by x2. x2 is 7 minus x1, that is 2. And the value of slope m is given as 2. We will arrange these terms. As we know that these different terms, these are the three unlike terms, t square, t and 7. These are the three unlike terms. Unlike terms वो होती हैं जिनमें वेरिएबल सेम ना हो, और अगर वेरिएबल सेम है भी तो उसकी इंडेक्सेस यानी उसकी पावर सेम ना हो. So as you can notice, here is the index. This t is having the index of 2 and this t is having the index of 1. So these three different numbers are the three different terms. So I am just arranging these terms in descending order. Descending order means from the greatest index to the smallest index. So यहाँ सबसे बड़ी पावर है आपकी t की 2 power, then t for the 1, then 7 for the 0 exponent. Now 7 minus 2 is 5. We have to remember our target whenever we are solving any mathematical problem for any particular chapter. So the target for this question is we have to find out the t. So t will be freed from the right hand side as 5 is getting divided. So I will multiply this 5 from my 2 on my left hand side. So it will become 10 is equals to 2t square minus t plus 7. और पहले हम 10 को भी सिंप्लीफाई कर लेते हैं, फिर हम अपनी इक्वेशन को इन्वर्ट करेंगे. 10 आपका यहाँ पर ऐड हो रहा है, दूसरे साइड पे जाके ये 7 के साथ हो जाएगा सब्ट्रैक्ट, दैट विल बिकम -10 एंड ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड 0 इज रिमेनिंग. नाउ वी आर इन्वर्टिंग आवर इक्वेशन, दैट इज 2t स्क्वायर माइनस t plus minus 10 minus 7, this is 3, and we will mention the sign of the greater number, that is your 10 with the minus sign. So 2t square minus t and minus 3, this is your answer for the t. ये अब तक का आपका आंसर ही है, अब तक की आपकी इक्वेशन है, बट आवर टारगेट इज फाइंडिंग आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ t. तो इस t को फाइंड आउट करने के लिए अब हमें यहाँ पर एक टेक्निक अप्लाई करनी है जो हम फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर मिड टर्म में पढ़ चुके हैं, दैट इज नोन एज मिड टर्म ब्रेकिंग. मिड टर्म ब्रेकिंग, व्हेनेवर वी हैव टू ब्रेक द मिड टर्म, as you can see that this equation from the left hand side is consisting of the three different terms, 2t square minus t and minus 3. So whenever we are going to break these two different terms, or we are going to simplify these terms, for this t square we will apply the midterm breaking term and we will split this minus t into two different terms and they will become 4. 2t square and minus 3 will be same on the left hand side, and for the right hand side, firstly you will multiply 2 from minus 3. So 2 minus 3, this is minus 6. So if 2 is getting multiplied by minus 3, it becomes minus 6, and from 2 is 3 is subtracted, so it will become minus 1. तो दो conditions है हमारे पास. जब भी आप two numbers को multiply करें, whenever the two factors are getting multiplied, so their answer should be equal to AC. This is your A, this is your C, and their product is minus 6. And whenever we add or subtract these similar factors, so they will give the answer or the coefficient for your midterm. So the coefficient for your midterm t is minus 1. So 2 subtract minus 3 or 2 minus 3 is equals to minus 1. So these are the factors that we need for midterm breaking. 2t square, first factor is your 2 with the same variable, second factor is your minus 3 with the same variable. Now as you can see, this particular left hand side has been converted into a left hand side with the 4 different terms. Now we will apply the common taking method. As you know that common taking method is the inverse of the multiplication method. For example, if I am having x plus 2 within the bracket and a 5 outside the bracket, so 5 into x it becomes 5x plus 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 5 into 2 is it becomes 10. So this is your multiplication process. और अगर हम इसी को invert कर देंगे, से inverse कर देंगे, so it will become your common taking method. So in common taking method we consider the same numbers or the multiples. So here the 2 and 2 is same, t and t variable is same. Whenever the variables are same, we will consider the least exponent or the least index of the variable. So 2 is common and t is also common with its 1 power, because in 2 and 1 the power 1 is least. So 2t is common. Here from 2t square, 2t has been taken as a common element. The uncommon element is your t for the one time. Then plus multiply by minus, minus 2t is common. So here remains the 1 as minus 1. Now for the third and the fourth term, we will take firstly the sign of the third term, that is your minus sign, and for this term 3t and 3 is common, so 3 has been taken as common. Here is remaining t minus minus plus 3 is taken as common already, so plus 1 is remaining over here. Now for the second step, 2t is plus, not minus. This is plus 2t and minus 3t. So t1, t plus 1 and t plus 1, these two brackets are again common. तो इन्हें हमने one time common ले लिया. Now remaining is 2t and minus 3, that is equals to 0. Now we will apply the either and the or concept. According to either or concept, t plus 1 equals to 0 and 2t minus 3 also equals to 0. So t is equals to 0 minus 1. So the first value of t is minus 1. Minus 3 will be added to your 0, so it will become a positive 3, and 2t will be same on left hand side. Then 3 will be divided by 2 for finding out your t, and your t will become 1.5. So this is your first answer of t, this is your second answer of t, and we have to find out the possible values of t for this particular question in question number 8 for the 2 points A and B. This is the end of your exercise 6A. I hope you have understand all the questions. They are quite easy and simple. Now we are starting our next exercise, that is exercise 6B for question number 1 part A. But before starting the exercise, we have to discuss our next topic, and our today's next topic is length of a line. How do we find out the length of a line? Line or a line segment. So for measuring the length of a line segment, in the book a formula is given, that is d is equals to under root x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 with the whole squares on both the brackets. So this is read as d is equals to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the formula for measuring the length. Length is represented as distance, so small d is representing your length or your distance for any particular line segment. For example, on a plane if I am having a slope like this, so ये slope आपका या ये line आपकी इस x axis से जो line draw कर रही है and similarly जो y axis से line draw कर रही है, इन lines की measurements को हम किस तरह measure करेंगे, किस तरह इनको calculate करेंगे with the help of this given particular formula, that is d is equals to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. 6b, page number 154, question number 1. Find the length of the line segment joining each point of the following pairs of points. Again we are having the two different points, means a pair of points in part A and B. The points for the values 2 and 3 and 9 and 7 for your B, and we have to find out the length of the line segment. Exercise 6b. Question number 1, part is A. So firstly we will mention or we will write down our data, the given and the required. So given is point A and point B. With the two different values 2, 3 and 9, 7. This is 2, 3 and this one is 9, 7. Obviously this is our x1 and y1. This is our x2 and y2. So these are the two different points A and B, and we have to find out the distance or the t. This is our solution. Firstly we will mention our formula, as we know that d is equals to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this equals to under root x2. Yes, where is x2? This is your x2. x2 is your 9 minus x1 is 2 whole square plus y2 is 7 minus y1 is 3 whole square. Nine minus 2 it becomes 7. 7 minus 3 it becomes 4. So 7 square means 7 not multiplied by 2. 7 square doesn't mean you have to multiply the 7 by 2. It simply means you have to multiply the same number 7 for the 2 times. So 7 into 7 becomes 49 plus similarly 4 into 4 becomes 16. So this is under root 9 plus 6, this is 15, 5, 1 is carried. So 5 and plus 1, 65. 64 is the root of 8. So 8 8 is a 64. It becomes I think 8.02. Let's check this answer with the help of this calculator. So under root 65 is equals to 8.06. Not 2, this is 6. 8.06, this is the value of D. The answer of question number 1, part A. Now we are starting our second question, the last question of our today's class. Another simple question. In question number 2, the distance is given and the 2 points are given, and we have to find out the value of P. What is P? P is the coordinate or the value from the ordered pair. So if the distance between the points A, P0 and B 0P is 10. Find the possible values of P. Distance is given as 10. 2 points are given. Data for question number 2. Point A, point B. Point A is P and 0. This is 0 and P. First point will become x1, y1. Second point will become x2, y2. And D is also given in this question. D is 10. And we have to find out the value of P. ये P जो आपके पॉइंट 1 और पॉइंट 2 में यूज हो रहा है, हमें इसे फाइंड करना है. सो सबसे पहले हम सॉल्यूशन लिखेंगे. Then mentioning your formula, that is D is equals to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square is equals to under root x2. x2 is your 0 minus x1 is p. 0 minus p whole square plus y2 is p and y1 is 0. So p minus 0 whole square. 0 minus p, this is minus p square, and this is p minus 0, p square. Now it will become the square of minus p is minus p multiplied by minus p. So this is minus minus plus, and p into p it becomes p square plus again p square. So this is 1p square and this is 1p square. So these are the like terms because these variables are same, their indices are same. So we can simply add these two different terms. So 1p square plus 1p square is equals to 2p square with a root. Now for finding the value of this p, we have to firstly resolve this root. So for solving this root, we are taking squares on the both sides. D, we also have to put the value of D. D is 10. Taking square on both sides, 10 square minus under root 2p square whole square. So root is cancelled by square, this will become 2p square, and this is 10 into 2, this is not 20, this is 10 into 10, 100. Now p square will be equal to 100 divided by 2. So 2, whenever 100 is divided by 2, so it becomes 50. Or now I am inverting my equation, p square is equals to 50. So is this our final answer? No, this is not our final answer, because in this equation we are representing the value of p in the square form, and we are required to find the value of p with the 1 index or with the in the simplest form. So now for reducing this square, we have to apply root on both sides. पहले रूट हटाने के लिए हमने स्क्वायर अप्लाई किया था, अब स्क्वायर हटाने के लिए रूट अप्लाई करेंगे. So this p square will become under root p square, and 50 will also become under root 50, but with a sign outside the root as plus and minus. Root p square को आपके कैंसिल करेगा, and p will be equal to plus minus 50. 50 is 49. 49, the square of 49 is 7. So this will be equal to 7 point something. To find out this something, I am using this calculator. This is 7.07 with a plus and a minus sign, and this is the answer of your P, the final answer. And as you can see that in the question we were required to find out the possible values. The possible values of P means the two different values. So finally in the answer we are having the two different values. The answer of P for plus 7.07 and the answer of P as minus 7.07. 0.07. These are the two different values for this particular P. So this is our final answer. So this is the end of our today's class. The understanding time is over now, and now I am explaining you something that is your home task that you will solve yourself at your home by understanding this video lecture. And for writing down the homework, you will practice exercise 6A completely, and then exercise 6B for question number 1 and 2. Then you will solve practice now question number 1, comma, practice now question number 2, comma, practice now question number 3 from book page number 147, 148 and 151 respectively. Yes, 147, 148 and 151. On page number 147, 148 and 151, kindly open these pages, page number 147. On page number 147, at the bottom side of your page, we are having the question number 1, find the gradient of the line passing through each of the following pairs of points. As a part A, B and C, the three different pairs of points are given, and you have to simply find out the gradient, means M. You will simply apply the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 and simplify these questions. On the very next page, page number 148, you are having practice now part 2. If the gradient of a line joining the points 4, minus sign and 3, minus 3, h is minus 3, find the value of h. 2 points are given और gradient उनका हमें given है, that is minus 3, and we have to simply find out the value of h. This is also a similar part from your exercise 6A. Then on page number 151, we are having practice now the third part, find the length of the line segment joining each of the following pairs of points. 3 different parts are again given, so you will solve each part for the length of the line segment for the given pairs. So students, this is the end of our today's class. And I hope that you will get all the things clearly that I have told you in today's class. So inshallah soon we will meet in our next video class with the same chapter, the coordinate geometry, but with the different exercises, means the exercise 6B. Till then, take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.